this week, I don't have any horror stories. I really don't know. I've been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I've been sticking to my plan, executing, doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing. Like I said, because last week, I felt so good about what I was doing that this week I wanted to do it again. So, that's really what I've been doing. Only thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna only mention this probably like one time, probably won't even mention it no more until it's done. But I guess you can say I'm a soda drinker again. I have been drinking sodas. Like last week, I was drinking the Sunkist orange soda with the zero sugar one, 0 calories, and yeah, I mean that one is not news for me. It's in my rotation. When I get tired of everything else, I will go to the Sunkist orange, the 0 sugar ones, of course. But this week it's been the Diet Pepsi, and like I think I mentioned before that it was giving me headaches, or I felt like it was giving me headaches, but I haven't experienced that this time, so I don't know if it was something going on with me or what. But I just been feeling good. So my plan last week was that I was eating earlier in the day, so I would get up, have breakfast, and then I eat lunch around 12:30ish. Sometimes I don't finish till 2 because I only get a few minutes to eat a lot of times at that that 12:30 slot. So but I'm done by 2. Like nothing else, not consuming anything else after 2. And it kind of just works out that way because the food is gone at that point. But then I don't eat anything else. So I don't eat anything else, and I actually feel good. I been sleeping really well. I haven't paid attention to like my clarity of thought, but I don't know. I think that has been pretty good too. But what I'll do is just pay attention to it and see if there's been a real difference in my thinking. It's my ability to focus and do the things that I need to do. But I know when I get tired, like at night, like when I get tired, like I'm tired, like it's done. It's done. I can barely stay up until 10 o'clock now, since I've been eating earlier in the day. But it feels good to wake up in the morning and know that, I can eat. Because with the intermittent fasting, the way I was doing it before, I was eating later in the day, like eating at like noon or like 11, more like 11, something like that. But so it feels good, to wake up. Because my body I'm usually hungry, in the mornings when I wake up. But then, I kind of question that too. Like, is it really hunger, or is it just the addiction to food? Because I guess like everybody else or anybody else, I just eat, just normally eat. Before I was watching what I ate, just ate all day, pretty much whenever I wanted to eat. I think there was a rare occasion where I wasn't just eating or munching on something, or where like food was around and I wasn't all of a sudden hungry. that rarely happens. So and because I think even living like that is like, I don't even know if we're aware of when we're actually hungry. I think it is really more, it's time to eat. It's time to eat. Instead of being, consciously aware, like, okay, my body is famished, I'm famished, or whatever. I just can't go on. I'm low on energy, unless there's a problem, which, usually your blood sugar dropping or something like that. But otherwise, like, I don't know if, I have been hungry, but it's been far between moments, rare and far between moments. But I heard someone talking this past week, a video I was listening to, people were asking the guy, when to eat, and his thing was when you're hungry, but they eat, he and his family, they eat like basically twice a day. They eat, he said, about 8 o'clock in the morning, and then they eat about 3 p.m. and then they're done till the next morning. But that's just a schedule that they're on. But they didn't even consider that to be intermittent fasting, because he said when they started doing it, they really didn't know about intermittent fasting then. But basically, when you look at it, it is. That's what it is, right? And he was saying another guy, you know, that he was conversing with, he was saying that when people eat all the time, you know, snacking constantly, then, you know, you have this meal where you overstuff yourself. That is basically like you're feeding an addiction. You're feeding an addiction. So that's what I was alluding to when I was saying, you know, like, was I eating because I was hungry? You know, or have I ever actually allowed myself to be hungry? And like I said, you know, like, I know there are instances where I have been hungry, but then other times, you know, and listening to people, because, you know, I'm actually do a little bit of research on this stuff, but listening to other people talk about it is like they were saying, a lot of times you're actually just thirsty, you're dehydrated, and you need to, you know, get some water into your body. So, you know, when you feel those hunger pains, sometimes maybe drink some water, not soda, not juice, but get some water, you know, rehydrate yourself. So just, you know, food for thought, things that I've been thinking about this week. You know, I always try to look at something or a video or get some information, even reading, you know, books or whatever on, you know, things that's related to food, just to keep it in front of me, you know, just to keep it on my mind, and or even just ways of thinking about things, you know, because like I always say, this is a journey. It's my food journey. So, but once again, I don't have any horror stories this week. Maybe the time that I have for lunch, that 10 minutes. I mean, I literally get that food down in 10 minutes. I know my relatives always mention, friends and relatives always mention, you know, like how fast I eat. But I'm like, it's because I'm a teacher, you know, I want to eat the food and be done so I can just sit down for a minute without having to do anything or think about anything. But now, like, I literally have 10 minutes because I want to eat earlier rather than later in the day. You know, I have time for lunch, but it's like I don't want to eat during that time. I want to do my planning and other stuff. So I'm just wondering, like, is that good for me, or is that like bad for me to eat that food that fast? But 10 minutes, I've been doing it. I've been doing it. But in the morning, you know, like I said, I get up and I've been eating, you know, the breakfast or whatever that I've been having. But I don't really rush that, though. You know, I'm eating at my normal pace, which is still faster than most. But, you know, but that lunch, it's pretty fast. I mean, I'm out in there and out too. And probably, no, I don't have any time to sit and talk or think or anything like that. But it's fine because, like I said, I got to go and teach a class after that. Then I'm on my way. Then I can, you know, sort of relax and think about things, reflect on the day. But I'm just not eating during that time. All day, I actually probably this week, I've been thinking of a, just, I don't know, I guess you can call it a quote or an idea or a revelation that a friend of mine had. And she was, she recorded it in a video on her YouTube channel. And she was saying that meat is an idol. And I was like, wow, that's some deep thinking. You know, like I never thought of it that way. But then, you know, she went on to explain that people think they can't eat, you know, or enjoy their food or have a satisfying meal without meat. And like most people have never really tried to have a meal without meat. But, you know, she tried it and realizing that she could do it and that she actually enjoyed it. And I was just thinking, like, I'm like, so many things, you know, we build it up in our mind. You may not, you know, think of it as an idol, but it's basically you build it up like it's necessary, like it's something that you really, really need. Like you can't live without it. And lots of people do. But I look at it, you know, too, in the same vein as a lot of other things that people think they can't live without. Like, I went so many years without drinking soda. Like, yeah, I was like totally against it. And now here I am. Like, you know, I can quit for a week, quit for a month, and then it's like, you know, oh, I need a soda. I want a soda. It's like, I don't know. It's like it takes me to my happy place. Yeah, unfortunately, that, you know, that I would think that, but, you know, I'm happy without it. But, you know, it makes me happier. All right, but then too, you know, thinking too, like how people look at anything though, like, you know, that you really like. It doesn't even have to be food, be anything that you really like. You know, is it something that's necessary, or have you made it an idol? You know, just something to think about. You know, and I mean, there's different forms of idolatry. You know, like I said, I'm talking about food, but is anything that you think you can't live without? TV, you know, or your social media, you know, all those things, you know. So that's what I kind of been focusing on this week, actually, and last week, actually, giving those things up and just focusing on me, you know, taking me time and focus on growth and development type things that are, I'm gonna say, educational. Yeah, educational. All right, you all be good. Talk to you soon. Here I'm cooking the last of my wild rice blend. Found this rice to actually be pretty good. I like just you know, wild rice, but I don't know. I don't like to eat a lot of it because I don't really like the texture of it too much. But you know, as far as flavor wise, it's all right. But this blend, I found it to be good because it has different kinds of rice in it, not just your regular wild rice. But I'm gonna turn this bag over so we can see the back and get an idea for the kinds of rice that are in here. So taking a look at this, some of the ingredients. Let me try to zoom in on that. So taking a look at some of the ingredients in here, there's long grain brown rice, sweet brown rice, wild rice, red rice, and also black rice. The wild rice is also black too. So basically 2 kinds of black rice in there, even though they are different. I don't know, I guess different species of rice, but I like them all. I really do like them all, but like I said, I don't enjoy the wild rice as much, but you know, it is good. And then, you know, like I said, I found this blend to be pretty good, that you know, something I can enjoy. It doesn't have the thick texture as a wild rice, or it doesn't have the actual smooth texture of a white rice. It's kind of in between. So, you know, where I could eat white rice really fast, you know, you got it. And then wild rice is very chewy. This is like right in the middle. So it's almost like the perfect blend of rice. So just wanted to show that to you all. Does have some potassium, like 2% then iron in there, but yeah, 160 calories, okay, per quarter cup. Okay, so here's the finished version of the wild rice blend. If you take a look here, let me get over here by it. This is the wild rice, 2 pieces of the wild rice right there. And actually that's one of the, let me see, right here. That is one of the grains of brown rice, I'm sorry, black rice. And then the red rice right there. And then there was some different kinds of brown rice in there. So brown rice is the lighter rice that you see. That's the red rice. This is the wild rice. And this right here is the black rice. You see, the black rice is a shorter grain than the wild rice. But they're both basically black, but this one is believed to be healthier. This one is just, I don't know, some people say it's nothing but the white rice with just with the fiber still on it. But you know, they have a little bit different flavor, and even the red rice has a little bit different flavor. These, and actually the smell of these too, it smells more like some kind of a nut, you know, like a tree nut or something like that. So yeah, but that's the finished product of the wild rice blend. Give it a try.